are back with 843 TV, and now we get a chance to meet some of our former patients who've been here at Encompass Rehabilitation Hospital. Introduce you to Bob and Clint. Thank you for joining us. So, you know, we had a chance off camera to talk about your experiences, but I would love to sort of start with you, Bob, and how you got here, and tell us a little bit about the injury, and then a little bit about how the process went for you.
Okay, well, the injury was, we were helping a friend, a buddy of mine, and in cutting down a tree, a small one, and he was up in a ladder, and I was holding it, thinking what could possibly go wrong. And I heard a noise. I checked to see that I was holding the ladder, which is still not a good idea because he fell directly on me.
Oh
so
my. Oh, wow.
He fractured my neck, C4 and C5 in my neck, triple fracture T12 in my back, 4 ribs, sternum, tore muscles. So, and an initial feeling of that I was paralyzed. So that was the accident. And the long story short of, I wound up going to Savannah Memorial Trauma Center, and because of all the breaks and stuff, I had surgery and stayed in Savannah Memorial for about 8 days, and then was transferred here. The interesting thing about here was that there's also an Encompass in Savannah, but my brother lives in Sun City, we live on the island, and because it was closer and more convenient, and it was brand new, and they opened it up, was to get in here. So I was the second patient on the first day coming in.
Oh wow, how about that?
Yeah, so getting to see it from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And that's how I wound up coming over here. Came in on a stretcher, obviously in an ambulance, after having the surgery, and I came with a back brace on and a neck brace. And then coming to this facility, they wind up, I've had 3 hours, and I think you may have gone through the same thing, Clint. You have 3 hours of physical therapy, 3 hours of occupational therapy every day. And I don't want to say they don't let up. You don't think you can do something, they take you through the process, and it's pretty amazing. I liked from the beginning, and maybe because of my profession, to be able to see how they dealt with me and what I had to go through, and because I was in bed, laying down in a flat position most of the time.
So when you arrived, you were not walking yet?
No.
Okay,
no,
so you had surgery.
That's correct.
And then, so during a duration of time, it's about 8 days here as well?
Right.
You're up out of bed walking?
Correct. So I mean, they had me up right away. I was able to stand at the hospital. I was only there, at the time with the back brace, I could not go past 30 degrees vertical.
Right.
Without having the back brace on. So I was waiting for this custom brace to be made. And the process to get me in and out of bed here. But not only did they help me, they also helped, my wife's here, but to help Judy, because there was going to be a process where they handed me off. That
right.
There was going to become an end date once, how successful I would be. They closely monitor how you're doing. And the care that I got from all the individuals, even and I've forgotten her name, but there was the one who, she's in charge of food service. She couldn't have been nicer to come in and say what you like, what you didn't like. As far as the care and all the equipment that they have here was was an amazing for me. It was a good process. And that's basically what the process that I had, and I said from day one, and the people who came in, it wasn't that they were, it's just like in a doctor's office. Sometimes you can go to some doctors, and you're in line. You're one of 8 patients who have to be in. It's not like it was, nothing like that there. Here, there's a lot of care. I like that.
Clint, let's talk a little bit with you and share your experience, how you got here, and then some of the follow-up in the care that you received.
Well, my story certainly isn't as remarkable as his is, but I fell and broke my femur, and was taken out to Coastal and was out there for about 3 days. They did surgery and put 3 screws in to pull my femur back together again, and then delivered me down here. And at that point in time, I could barely lift myself up out of bed to get up on a walker. And even then, I was lucky to be able to go much more than 20 steps one way or another. I was brought down to do the PT here in a wheelchair for the first few days. And after a week here of just remarkable care, as Bob was saying, the folks here are just so empathetic to what your problem is and working with you to try and get you in the best possible shape once you leave here to do further therapy. But the base was set here. At the end of the week that I was here, I could walk with my walker clear down the hallway from my room to the car and get in it. That, looking back on it, it's kind of incredible when I stop and think about it. But it was all because of the therapy here, both occupational and physical therapy, as he was indicating, to help you get to where you need to be.
Well, I think you have extraordinary stories, so we'd like to continue this conversation, but we'll be right back with more 843 TV.